and I hope you can make your own decision based on what you think is best. Because I know you're not a dumb guy. You can read between the lines, You can see that, certain people probably want you to go a certain way, but first they'll provide you nice gifts like slot passes. Don't get bought. That's all I'm saying, George. I know it's a nice gesture, but a lot of people who would have gotten that would have gave it to you. So don't let people be like for instance, while we're out there in the video competition, Marcel's is like, hey, it's a gift that keeps on giving. It's like, you don't owe him. Don't make him seem like he's going to keep running you through this whole thing to the end. It was a kind gesture, and you shouldn't make you feel like, every time you take a bite, that it's like, thank you, Marcellus. My thing is this, and I'm not going to sit here and beg for a vote, because I believe campaigning starts with the first day. It's how you treat people. It's who you are as a person. And ultimately, it's what's best for George. And although, we had our run-ins, I don't know if this has been brought to your attention, but a lot of times, what makes me so upset about what's going on, I don't know if you've seen them a little upset, is because the same people right now who are throwing us under the bus came to us with all these great recommendations week in, week out. Take this person out, take that person out, take that person out, and your name was mentioned.
Well, obviously.
Right. And that's the reason why we're upset about this whole thing. So I hope you don't hold it against me for playing against you, the power of veto to the end.
I'd never do that.
It's not wow. George, I just all I'm saying is, I play this game based upon mutual respect, and I told you that I respected you immensely as an individual after what you did that day. And obviously I respect you as a person for what you bring to this house. And so...
Well, as long as we're talking, Kaysar, let me put it to you like this.
Sure.
You were willing to carry me farther in the game. And that meant a lot to me. Because I also know, Kaysar, that probably instead of Diane, I was probably the next. I'm not stupid, okay? I was the next choice.
Marcellus was up there begging for us to put you out. He said, don't cause waves, don't make waves, don't cause problems in this house to get the easy target. So that's what kills me when he's sitting there. It's just two-faced, It kills me inside. So it's like,
well, one thing about your Kaysar, and this is what I like, and this is a game, of course, but we all have our, you speak the truth, okay? And you do what you gotta do, but you speak the truth, okay? And I know sometimes maybe you gotta do your twists and your turns or whatever, but
they gotta keep people on their toes.
Right? I'm just me up there when you come to me and you told me that, I go, ooh, that meant awful. Because Kaysar, there's not a lot of people in the beginning of the game were even talking to me. It was just basically here was me and here was everybody else.
Oh, I know.
I was just you might call me a floater, but I didn't even know I was a floater person.
Well, here's the thing, George, and this is pretty much the premise of my conversation with you. And I know you do this, but I just want to reiterate: don't judge people's character when they need you. Judge it from the beginning. When you're sitting there all alone on slop and people are laughing at you, or you're sitting there reading by yourself and no one can even give the common courtesy and take 2 minutes out of the day to come and acknowledge your presence.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. and all of a sudden you're a valuable number now, you're an asset, and all of a sudden they're trying to, include you. What is that all about? Seriously. And so I'm not gonna sit here and make you promise me for a vote. I don't play that game. I'm not gonna sit here and beg and say and remind you or promise you the world. I'm gonna say, much like before, you have gained my respect, and I hope I have gained yours.
And you give that to me long before
Absolutely.
all this ever come down.
Absolutely.
And also, you never nominated me.
It's always easy to have a scapegoat in this game. So-and-so, it's easy to take them out because, and you can go, the list goes on, you can come up with a whole host of reasons. But in the end, they don't hold up.
And I'll tell you what I'll do too, Kaysar, is this conversation that we have here will not go any farther, okay?
Appreciate that, George.
We'll just let it be at that, and let it go at that. Okay, but
I'll tell you what, if I'm still here next week, I'll continue to look out for you. You don't have to say anything. But you know what, when people are making plans, a good word here and there can definitely prolong your stay in the game. And I know I'm thrilled that you're likely to make the sequester. I really am. But I'm sure you...
I was just trying to survive Kaysar in that slop, I gotta tell you.
I know.
For me to do that 2 weeks, I was just trying to survive. That's what it was just coming down to. And then to survive, just trying to eat that stuff, and then, all the other things compounded on there. But I never forget you sitting up in the chair, and James did say it, but you did. That meant a lot to me, that'll get me farther in the game. James didn't say it, Kaysar. You did.
To be honest with you, a lot of the conversations I have with you, I don't recall. It's because I'm speaking from my heart in that moment, It's because I'm not going to just remember these things and sit here and be like, remember when I said that to you? It's because...
But I'm telling you what, I remembered from you, okay? And once again, Kaysar, there's been very few people have come up to me and offered to even help me out with the game. It's very, very few. And like Doc and Boogie, you have no idea what they say, man. They're playing their own game.
Yeah.
That's what that comes down to, Kay. Is they're just out here playing their own game.
Yeah.
And that's it. But them times when you told me that, it made a very peaceful day for me, because I was in a really tough time too, which is the eating restrictions and everything else like that.
I'm no fool, I know when someone's going through something, and it was admirable that you did not. There's those who walk around and, my stomach hurts here, and I got this pain here, and you were on the, you got the short end of the stick here. Yet, I never heard you complain once. I never heard you talk about how much you missed your wife and kids. I never heard you talk about anything. And I mean, man, I'm thinking to myself, not only is this man suffering, but he's going out there like a champ.
Well, I do miss my family an awful lot.
And that's why, George, and sometimes, we are men, but sometimes we are human too, and sometimes you gotta talk about that. And that's why I knew you were going to bring it up, and that's why I wanted to actually talk to you about it. I brought it up. One, because, and for selfish reasons too. when I hear other people talk about how much they miss their family, it kind of makes me feel good, you know?
Oh, I miss them immensely. You know, but this is not the time when you go to bed at night that you think about your things. Okay, that's what I do.
Me too.
You know, and it's the way I have to go about it. Because that's what my wife told me, and I'm living up to what she told me. She goes, if you go, she goes, don't concentrate on us. She goes, I will be fine. I'll be able to take care of this.